Okay, so Richard Hart has been accumulating a lot of Ethereum. Right now, the sacrifice-controlled wallets own over about roughly $400 million worth of Ethereum. And people are obviously are rightfully assuming that he's doing this to gain exposure to the bull run in Ethereum. Now, there is obviously many people who think different things, but I think that the big question is going to come when he starts selling, because at some point he's going to dump all $400 million of Ethereum for USDC or for DAI. I do expect at some point, I'm sure that wallet will, at one point will probably control about $1 billion worth of DAI, and I think he will cash out at that point. Now, the thing is this, a lot of people are eyeing those wallets like with hawkish eyes, like every single transaction is being monitored. And I do think that people will be looking out for that sell as a top signal for the market. And that could really trigger a massive sell-off. Because one of those things, right? I mean, people can say anything. People can say they're bullish. But when people can actually track and see what the wallets are doing, now that's something else. So I do think that when that happens, unfortunately, it could trigger a massive sell-off. Now, Ethereum has enough liquidity to support $1 billion worth of sell volume if it's done slowly, right? Especially at the top of a market where there's irrational exuberance and where people are saying that, how can you sell? People say, well, we'll make fun of him that he's making the wrong financial decision at that point. But the people in the Pulse Chain community will look at it differently, because obviously the history of Richard Hart calling the top before. And that it'll be interesting to see what happens to the price of Pulse Chain and Richard Hart ecosystem tokens. I do think that even despite the fact that we'll have excitement, it might really cause some anxiety in the price and some volatility. But if indeed he does pull out $1 billion and then he starts buying some of those coins that he likes, that could even trigger a much more insane, massive bubble to happen in the RH ecosystem. Because if you have $1 billion worth of buy pressure, right, that you can just use to just buy the tokens you like, that can have significant effects for price potential at the top of the cycle. So you could see a situation where everything tops out, but you could see Pulse continue to run and have an incredible run after that. Right, you can see it continue to pump after Bitcoin is pumped, after Ethereum is pumped, after the whole entire space is pumped. You could see Pulse Chain continue to pump significantly. But all in all, this is some really interesting things. What will come to your mind when Richard Hart starts selling his Ethereum? Now, just a quick side note, right? Some people are saying, why does he not buy his own tokens and why is he buying Ethereum instead? And I've explained this before, but I'll explain it again. If you see how Richard Hart dumps Ethereum, he dumps it mercilessly. So these sacrifice funds, in my view, I know some people see them as project funds. In my view, Richard Hart does not treat them that way. So I think he can dump that. He will, at some point, he will mercilessly dump Ethereum, and you don't want that kind of capital in Pulse Chain. That will enjoy the pump and then dump the price. So I think that it is a good thing that he's buying Ethereum and not buying Pulse Chain or some of his tokens. Anyway, let me know what you think about all of this. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again next time.